Hi, today I'm going to be doing a video of everybody gets looking at their Thanksgiving bags. So yes, let's just get started. I did part 1 the other day, so if you want to go check that one out, go check that video out. This will be part 2. So yeah. First book we have here is this Science Explorer's Guide to the Universe. Sorry if I sound sniffly. It is winter time, and winter time is when all the seasonal allergies start. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, we have this Science Universe book. My son is obsessed with stars, planets. He loves science and he loves space, and to learn about science and he loves space and all that. We love scholastic books, so this is our scholastic book. If you've seen a theme, my kids were like born on scholastic, not legitimately born, but after they were born, they read scholastic, which you guys might think that it's a little bit too advanced for them, but they loved it. Then they read Usborne, and then they read Beginner Reader, which I should have done Usborne. I should have done scholastic, Beginner Reader, and then Usborne, but I did scholastic, Usborne, and then Beginner Reader. Anywho, my son and daughter, they both love planets and stars and space and all that. So I thought this book would be cool. My daughter already is getting something like this, but my son has something like this, but I want to kind of give something else. If you can notice the theme, lots of the books that we get are scholastic because we love scholastic, and also Usborne, and Dr. Seuss. My kids love Dr. Seuss. So yeah. Anyway, my son always comes to me and asks me questions about stars, planets, space, the Milky Way, galaxy, all that. But I don't know all that crap. So I mean I do, but it's just like hard to explain to a 9-year-old. So I got this Space Explorer's Guide to the Universe book. Basically, I like it because of how laid out it is. It's really good with how formatted and the format that it's on. This is perfect for him to read. It's not too hard. I do want to get something that would be too hard, but I'm also trying to kind of advance his reading level. That's why you guys might be seeing me get books that are kind of past my 9-year-old's reading level. It's because I want him to be able to be at my 10-year-old's reading level so that they can swap books again, because right now I have a pause to swapping books because they usually get books that are either too high or too low of the reading level, and they don't like that, so I'm waiting until my son is on the same reading level as my daughter, and then they'll be able to swap books again. So I thought that this book would be cool. If you have a question about Earth, space, anything like that, you can look in this book. It also has the cosmic calendar. Just very cool. Both my kids love science and they love space, so I thought that this book would be cool. Plus this page is really cool because it has, here are, come on, focus, are you gonna focus? 20,000 stars. A million stars would fit 50 of these pages. That's this whole 48-page book plus 2 more pages. So this is a 48-page book, I guess. Plus, if it had 2 more pages. So, yeah. They love stars, they love planets, and they love space. So when I saw this book for my son, I knew I had to get it because, and they even have some of the little experiments they can do, which my kids love to do, any like craft experiment. And again, it's one of the books that they don't know. See, patch match. Plus it has like some like fun games and stuff in here. So I like books that they don't know that they're learning, but they are learning, and it's educational and beneficial. So got another scholastic book. They love space. And excuse me. So I got this for my son. Well, because both my kids love space. I mean, love space. And they love science, stars, and planets, and all that. Anyway, then my kids are obsessed with Dr. Seuss. If you saw one of my other videos, you guys might have seen that my kids are getting Dr. Seuss books. So, I decided to get my son this book. My son requested this book, but also my daughter. This is one that they don't have. This one is the... It's not how to pronounce it. I know it says Oobleck, but Dr. Seuss books are amazing. If you have not started your kids on Dr. Seuss, you should. Both my kids were actually requesting this book, and I didn't want to get like a smaller version of it. I was able to get a full size version of this book, and they love Dr. Seuss. You can never beat Dr. Seuss, but my kids were both wanting this one. Problem is I could only find one of this. But when I came across this book, I knew I would have to get it for my daughter. My daughter is getting this book. This has 5 stories of Dr. Seuss in it. They love Dr. Seuss. So, when I saw this treasury, I had to get for my daughter. It has all these books, and it especially has this one in it. This was a book that my daughter was requesting, but now I don't have to get her the individual book of it. I can just get her, this treasury because it has 5 stories in it, and then this one be paid for my son because they were both requesting this book. Now I can give this one to my son. And then this one to my daughter, and this has 5 stories. My daughter and son will be getting extra Dr. Seuss stories that are not what I'm showing in this video. But yeah, they love Dr. Seuss, both my son and my daughter. But they're both requesting this book, so I got my daughter and my son this book. I could only find one of these actual hardcover and individual books of this book. So when I'm happy that it came in this type of book, in this treasury, because if it wouldn't have, then I would have had to kind of decide who to give it to because they both wanted it. Well, now they both get it, so that's one is a plus. So yes, they'll both be getting one of these Dr. Seuss books. Perfect for my son. They both love Dr. Seuss, and he wanted a full-length one. So, he's been requesting this book for ages, and so has my daughter. So I'm happy that I was able to find this one. And I also got one for my daughter, only it's in a treasury book. So, thought she would like that. My daughter is also getting another Dr. Seuss treasury book. If you guys saw one of my other videos, you guys will see that my daughter is getting another Dr. Seuss treasury book. So my daughter's actually getting 2 Dr. Seuss treasury books because they both love Dr. Seuss. Then, with my daughter, which is now my daughter's head when she was in kindergarten, she read this book like no one else's business. It's the When I Was Little book. She's out of 4th grade, and she hasn't really like talked about this book much, but when like a year ago she was bringing it up, and she has not brought it up ever since a year ago. But I think she still does remember it because she remembers reading this in kindergarten, but she has not brought it up since a year ago. But I think she remembers reading it, so I think this will bring back some nostalgia. No. So she remembers reading this book in kindergarten and legit falling in love with it. But she only brought it up a year ago. She hasn't brought it up since. So I think she'll love when she sees this book because I got this for her. This was so hard to find. I don't know if it's like vintage or something, but it was so hard to find. But again, all the books are thrifted unless I say not, unless I say where they're from, because more than not they're thrifted. If they're not thrifted, then they are more than likely from an actual store. That is not thrift shop. Anyway, hopefully she'll read this, and this can be a little book in time for her. And yes, I still remember from what she said that she wanted in kindergarten, and now she's in 4th grade. Well, how my kids can grow up. So anyway, I got her this. No. So, yes. Like, I knew it, so I had to get her this. And I thought she would like this to just, okay. And every day, I would pick her from kindergarten. She would